Lecture 3. Stylistic Classification of the English Vocabulary. The vocabulary of the English language is not a uniform system. It is stratified according to use, stylistic function, emotional coloring, and field of application. The three broadest layers that linguists distinguish are the literary layer, the neutral layer, and the colloquial layer. Each of these plays a distinct role in communication, shaping tone, register, and meaning. Literary layer. The literary layer of vocabulary includes words that are accepted as legitimate in educated usage, official documents, academic papers, and formal public discourse. These are bookish or elevated words. They often carry connotations of formality, solemnity, or cultural prestige. Subgroups of the literary layer include common literary words, e.g., endeavor, commence, decease. Terms and learned words, e.g., photosynthesis, algorithm, sovereignty. Poetic words, e.g., heir, quoth, nigh. Archaic words, e.g., thou, hast, betwixt. Barbarisms and foreign words, e.g., rendezvous, déjà vu, alter ego. Literary coinages and nonce words, invented words, often in fiction or satire. These categories fulfill a wide range of stylistic functions. Poetic and archaic words, for instance, recreate historical or romantic atmospheres. Foreign words may lend sophistication or emphasize cultural context. Literary coinages create expressive nuance and stylistic experimentation. According to I.R. Galperin, the use of literary vocabulary serves to elevate speech, enhance intellectual clarity, or accentuate solemnity. 2. Page 119. 2. Neutral layer. The neutral layer forms the backbone of the English vocabulary. It is free from stylistic coloration and is universally applicable across registers and genres. These words carry no additional emotional or connotative charge, which makes them ideal for both oral and written communication. Examples: man, woman, go, take, book, water, city, help, change, think. Neutral words are particularly important because they are the main source of polysemy, words with multiple meanings, and synonymy, words with similar meanings. For example, the word run can mean to jog, to manage, to operate, or to compete, depending on context. Their stability and frequency also make neutral words central to vocabulary acquisition in second language learning. 3. Colloquial layer. The colloquial layer encompasses vocabulary used in informal contexts. It is vivid, emotionally charged, and often reflects the speaker's personality, background, or social group. While some colloquial words are widely understood, e.g., kid, guy, cool, others are localized, temporal, or group-specific. Colloquial vocabulary includes common colloquial words, e.g., dad, stuff, yeah, slang, e.g., chill, flex, lit. Jargonisms, e.g., bug in tech, bull in finance. Professional words, e.g., press in journalism, vet in medicine. Dialect words, e.g., lass, bairn, y'all, ain't. Vulgarisms, e.g., swear words, taboo terms. Colloquial coinages, e.g., hangry, staycation, mansplain. Colloquial vocabulary often overlaps with neutral vocabulary. For example, go is neutral, but in the phrase go nuts, it becomes colloquial and emotive. This fluidity between layers is central to modern stylistic analysis. IV. Interaction between layers. Words do not exist in isolation. Their stylistic role depends on context. A neutral word in one context can acquire colloquial flavor in another or become formal depending on register and collocation. Consider the triplet. Commence your speech, literary/formal. Start talking, neutral. Spit it out, colloquial. These all share a basic denotative meaning, but differ in tone, audience, and social implication. W. Booth observed that stylistic contrast between word choices allows writers to encode value judgments and construct social realities. 7. Page 217. This interplay is especially evident in modern prose and film dialogue, where authors intentionally blend layers to create irony, humor, intimacy, or conflict. V. The role of vocabulary layers in style and communication. Each vocabulary layer contributes uniquely to tone and style. Literary words elevate the tone, add solemnity, and create poetic distance. Neutral words ensure clarity, accessibility, and grammatical coherence. Colloquial words humanize dialogue, add emotional color, and increase relatability. In stylistics, these distinctions are not merely about register. They're about strategic stylistic choice. A skilled writer or speaker leverages all three layers to shape perception, establish mood, and manage audience expectations. Let's consider a simple example. Take the word home, a neutral word. A literary equivalent might be residence or dwelling, while a colloquial alternative could be pad or crib. The choice instantly transforms the sentence's tone. She returned to her residence, formal, detached. She came back home. Neutral, clear. She got back to her crib. Colloquial, casual, urban. Each evokes a different emotional and social atmosphere. 6. Conclusion. The stylistic classification of English vocabulary is not simply a matter of labeling words as formal or informal. It is about understanding how language functions in context, how word choices signal attitude, identity, and intent. The interplay between the literary, neutral, and colloquial layers gives English its expressive range and sociolinguistic richness. As students of linguistics and future language professionals, mastering these layers allows you to read and write with precision, sensitivity, and stylistic awareness. Whether you're analyzing a poem, drafting an academic essay, or writing dialogue for a screenplay,